Very hearty welcome, Ashutosh, sir. He holds a position in Tietoevry. We've always been very grateful for accepting our invitation and being a part of our speakers. Ashutosh would be talking about efficiency and productivity. What's the technology got to do with it? So we're very excited to listen to your thoughts, Ashutosh. Over to you.
Thank you, Deepti. Thank you, Aditya. Um, Let me just share my screen. Let me know if my screen is visible. Is it
Yes,
visible in a presentation mode?
not yet.
Okay.
Yes, now it is.
Okay. Excellent. Okay. Good morning, everyone. And thank you for having me as a part of ATGPR 2024. So, my topic today is efficiency and productivity. What technology got to do with it? Let me know in case if you're seeing, what is it that you're seeing currently?
The
The,
first slide,
this
efficiency
was
and
okay.
productivity. Yeah.
Sure. I'm new to Zoom, so I'm just trying to be okay. So I'm quite used to delivering keynotes in physical conferences, but this is the first time that I'm doing it in a virtual conference. So all the best to the audiences, actually. Okay. The theme for this year's GTR, as you all know, is navigate the next, efficiency and productivity in new age technology. To begin with, let me congratulate the ATGTR team for coming up with very relevant themes year over year. I'm not sure how you guys do it, but your themes are absolutely wonderful. And with the focus of every industry shifting towards reducing waste and streamlining things, this theme is very important. My name is Ashutosh Bhatnagar, and I'm working with Tietoevry, and I'm leading one of the software product development unit, which is developing an enterprise-level healthcare product suite for the Northern European market. My topic today, dear friends, is efficiency and productivity. What's technology got to do with it? And specifically, what's new age technology got to do with it? In today's topic, I want to emphasize that in this age and time, every other day, there's a new tool or a technology or a gadget which is appearing on the horizon. However, does that mean that every day all of us are becoming better, more productive, more efficient? If that was true, by that means we should have been superhumans till now, based on all the technological advancements which have happened in the past few decades. I'm also not saying that we are not producing and generating more, that than what we used to do in the past, and that the tools and technology have actually not helped us in the journey. So you must be thinking, what exactly am I trying to say? So let's begin our discussion with some basics of what efficiency and productivity is and why it is an important aspect to consider. Okay, so let's start with some of the basics about what is efficiency and what is productivity. Now, there are different definitions. I wanted to keep it very simple. So efficiency is about maximizing output with minimal resources, and productivity measures the rate of output per unit of input. Now, both these concepts have varied impacts. There's an individual impact, there's a business level impact, and there's a global impact. For the individual, if you are a highly efficient, highly productive person, it boosts your personal growth as well as your professional growth. There is a good amount of job satisfaction that you get. And there is, the individual is able to manage the work and the life properly. From a business point of view, all the efficient companies, they are mostly outperforming their competitors. In this rapidly changing environment, they are able to adapt to the environment, and they are able to innovate new things. That gives them an edge. And when we talk about at the global level, the same thing applies. These companies, these countries, these individuals are able to enjoy strong economies. They're able to attract attention to themselves. Okay. They are able to offer better living standards. They're able to offer better infrastructure. So efficiency and productivity has a huge impact across the board. It's not individual, it's not team, it's not a unit, it's not a company, it's probably the entire human race which gets impacted by this. Now, if I were to ask you guys that, is this the first time that you are hearing these terms? Or is this the first time that any of us is understanding what is the value that productivity and efficiency are bringing? I am sure I'm going to hear a resounding no, because all of us are absolutely aware about these things. And it has been a focus earlier. Our individual objectives, goals, KPIs, whatever you want to call them, all of them are there where we are putting in that we will improve the output, we will improve the efficiency. So this is not something new. But suddenly, since the time Gen AI or Chat GPT and its different siblings have come onto the scene from the last 2 years, there's this newfound enthusiasm in everyone that now suddenly the productivity and efficiency is going to go through the roof. So I started asking myself, is it a new fad that productivity and efficiency is gaining? Well, over the course of this presentation, uh, I am planning to answer some of this question. However, let me first give a session on human evolution and advancement. So for the next couple of minutes, just bear with me. This is going to be a little out of touch of what exactly this presentation you might be thinking it might be. So now, eras of human evolution. Over the course of time, there have been various significant milestones which have helped increase the human efficiency and productivity. Efficiency and productivity have led to human evolution and vice versa. Human evolution has also led to efficiency and productivity. Now, human advancements can be attributed to three different eras of human evolution: agriculture, industrial, and post-industrial age, if you want to call it post-industrial or technological age, which is the current age. Now, this GIF I like a lot. So this is something I usually have it somewhere in my repository. I really love this particular GIF. But let's get on with the presentation. For years, humans lived together in a form of tribes, right? And as a tribe or a clan, they started hunting, they started gathering. And over the course of time, they realized that just hunting and gathering is not going to solve the problem. And that is where they shifted the techniques of the past and started building simple machines that could help them ease their work. Now, this efficiency for the hunting and gathering aspect led to the agricultural revolution. During this age, they learned how to cultivate farms. They brought about technological changes, which helped them increase the overall agricultural production. And not only this, there were new professions which got created. And these professions were not just related to agriculture, they were related to trading. And the humans started exploring the world. Now, all of this happened almost like 100,000 years back. And then we had the Industrial Revolution, which came in. Now, the Industrial Revolution came in somewhere around 1760s time period. And that was another big milestone. There was a massive change which occurred during the Industrial Revolution. The world witnessed an increase in the mechanical power, and it led to the development of industries which replaced manual labor with mechanical labor. And the world saw an increase in amazing infrastructure system, more capital generation, major job creation, and stronger economies. And within a short span of time, there was a huge amount of change in the people's life. There were new inventions. Human productivity was increasing. The human population increased. Products were available to the masses. There were new job opportunities which were getting created. There were new discoveries which were happening. The scientific world was experienced a kind of a blow up. Uh, Physics, chemistry, biology, astronomy, universe, all of this was opening up the door. And that was because of the Industrial Revolution, the machines that were getting created. Now, post the Industrial Revolution, we have the technology revolution or the present age in which we are living in. Now, it has shifted the information and technological world from a traditional point of view towards a new dimension. The work that used to take a couple of days can now be done in few hours. The tasks that used to take a couple of hours can be done in few minutes. Now, who could have thought that we could stay connected and get information or impart information within few seconds globally? Like uh, in this conference itself, we have individuals who have been joining from across the globe. Now, how is this all happening? This is happening because of the human creativity, because of the human curiosity, the technological advancements which have happened. And in my opinion, and this is my opinion, that from now onwards, the technological landscape is going to change much more frequently. The agricultural revolution to the industrial revolution to the technological revolution, there was gap of millenniums to decades to couple of years, right? And from now onwards, it's just going to be that the technological landscape is just going to change much more frequently than we are used to. Now, sometime back, I was going through an article, and that article was about some job profiles which did not exist 10 years back, but are high in demand today. And then some job profiles which are going to be in existence in the next 10 years, which we have not even thought about. It was a very interesting article. I encourage all of you to just go onto the net and search for this kind of an article, which talks about the job profiles which existed 10, which did not exist 10 years back, and the job profiles which are going to exist 10 years from now. And some of the very interesting job profiles which caught my eye was uh, organ creator, human machine teaming manager, right? The drone traffic optimizer, garbage optimizer. Don't go by the names. I don't have time in this particular presentation, but when you read about these profiles, you will understand how the landscape is going to change, how the information technology is going to impact not just your IT sector, it's going to impact across various other sectors. And there's going to be absolutely new workforce which is going to come onto the scene. So you see, many things will keep on coming. And we as humans, we are very good at adapting. And we will adapt. Some will adapt slowly, some will adapt very quickly. And to be honest, there is no choice whether we should or we should not adapt. Because the world is not stopping for those who don't. So I ask you, is change easy? Is adapting to new ways easy? Do we as humans look forward to changing our ways? I can say from my experience, I have not seen many who look forward to any of these because it feels like an unnecessary hassle, right? And it disrupts day-to-day life. It disrupts how I was functioning yesterday. So not many look forward to these kind of changes. And guys, that is where I come to the crux of my presentation. Dear friends, it's not technology, it's not tools, it's not machine, but what matters the most is your mindset. So mindset. Now, what is mindset? Now, we have been hearing that this is a very common term. Agile is a mindset. Technology is a mindset. You need to have this mindset. You need to have that mindset. What exactly is a mindset? Now, I'll go by a couple of definitions which are there on the net. So mindset, it actually refers to a set of beliefs or set of attitudes and assumptions that shape how we perceive and respond to situations. It's a mental framework for how we are interpreting experience, how we are making decisions and setting goals. And our mindset affects how we approach challenges or view success, and also how we interact with others. Now, there are two primary type of mindsets as introduced by psychologist Carol Dweck. So, Carol Dweck, in her 2006 book, Mindset, The New Psychology of Success, talks about two kind of mindset. The first one, the first one is a fixed mindset. Now, what is a fixed mindset? The fixed mindset, the people who have fixed mindset believe that their abilities and intelligence are and talents are static and they cannot be changed. So whatever I have learned, that is what I am going to continue for the rest of my life. So that is what the fixed mindset people are. They avoid challenges and they give up easily when they are facing any sort of difficulties. They also feel threatened by change. They also feel threatened by success of others, and it limits their personal growth. And also it limits them from achieving their full potential. Now, what is a second sort of mindset? The second mindset is the growth mindset. Now, this is in a completely contrast of the fixed mindset. The growth mindset people, they believe that the abilities and intelligence can be developed through hard work, learning, and perseverance. So they are of the opinion that learning is a continuous process and they embrace challenge. They learn from their failures, they learn from the criticism, and they don't take it as a criticism, they take it as a constructive feedback. They look up to people who are moving ahead because that is what forms their inspiration, right? And they adapt using this kind of a mindset. So their mental framework is that they want to absorb from any and everyone, from every place. So that's the kind of mindset that the growth mindset people have. Now, how to develop a growth mindset? I'm not going to talk about that. That's probably a session which can take a couple of days. So I'm not going to talk about how to develop a growth mindset. However, it's imperative that all of us need to look at the present and the future with a very positive outlook. So to sum it up, mindset is the catalyst for tech adoption. Actually, uh, it is a catalyst for any sort of adoption. I'm sure you will be able to relate to it and you might be able to figure out from your acquaintances in your personal and professional life who have either of these kind of mindset. And you will be able to understand that, okay, why is this person moving up the ladder and why is this person stagnant or moving down? So the mindset plays a very critical role in the overall journey of an individual. Now, okay. Now let's look at some of the case studies of how the mindset has actually helped companies increase their results. Now let's look at this. Techco, which is they used a AI-powered analytics, and the mindset practices they used was continuous learning program. There was an increase of 30% in their results. Green energy, they used innovation challenges. There was a 50% reduction in waste. Health Plus, they looked at adaptive leadership trainings. The patient satisfaction scores doubled. Tietoevry, the company that I represent, we are huge on Gen AI chatbots and GitHub Copilot. We are looking at continuous learning and continuous adaptation of this technology. We are making sure that our leadership understands and the leadership adapts to the new changes. Our individuals adapt to these new changes. And the outcome that we have seen in the last couple of quarters is that we have seen that there's a 30% increase across various stages of SDLC. I encourage you all to actually have a look at the session from Rahul Kavatkar and Rohit Kamble, who are going to be talking about how exactly has the Gen AI, Tietoevry, Chat GPT, and Copilot, how have they improved, helped us improve the various things right from in the entire development life cycle in terms of efficiency and productivity. Please do not miss that particular session. I have seen that particular session. It is amazing, and there's a lot to take away from that particular session. So please do look up that particular session. Okay. Now, as a company, you have purchased the tools. You have put in place the learning programs. Or as an individual, you have learned new technologies. Now, suddenly, are you very productive and very efficient? Probably productive. But to be more and more efficient, you need to think differently. You need to work smarter. And that is where it's important, guys, to balance the human skills with technology. You remember when I was talking about the new job profiles which are going to be there? There is this new job profile which is going to be human machine teaming manager. Read about it. It's a manager who works with the humans in the team as well as machines in the team. And how does he ensure that there is a collaboration happening there? So coming back to this particular slide, balancing human skills and technology. While technology is powerful, it works best when balanced with the human skills of intuition, creativity, problem solving. Now, these are all uniquely human traits. As of today, the machines are not able to fully replicate this. Not sure what the future is going to be, but as of today, these are uniquely human traits. The collaborative intelligence where humans work alongside machines, that is what the future is going to be. And that is what is going to bring the best in both. The balance, according to me, creates a synergy where technology enhances rather than replaces human ability. Now, when generative AI came into picture 2 years back, there was this huge amount of apprehension which started creeping in that AI is going to replace humans. But then there were a lot of conferences where we heard the leaders and the intellectuals saying that it is not AI which is going to replace the humans. It is the humans knowing the AI or these tools or these technologies which is going to replace the individuals. And to be honest, I saw this example firsthand. So I was recently I had an honor of visiting College of Engineering Pune and to inaugurate their hackathon, which was sponsored by Tietoevry. The students whom I met there, they had such brilliant understanding about artificial intelligence, machine learning, latest tools, latest gadgets, that when I came back, I was 100% sure that if these students will come into the company in few years, we, the experienced folks, will need to upgrade ourselves to match up with them. So it's imperative that we will have to change because the coming generation has already adopted the technology which we are thinking how to adopt, right? Anyways, but I wanted to make this particular point that it is important lesson for all of us. We should constantly upskill and upgrade ourselves. Okay, now everything is good. We have learned, we have upskilled ourselves, we are adopting the new technologies, everything is good. But then there are challenges and considerations which we should be aware of. Over reliance on automation can lead to skill atrophy, where we lose important abilities. Now, for example, I'm not saying that ChatGPT or the new AI things, they are not good. For sure, I am saving a lot of time when I am asking the right set of questions to ChatGPT and it gives me a formulated answer. I am able to copy that answer. I am able to refine it further based on the context that I have, and I'm able to utilize it. But what I realized over the last couple of months is that now this is my perception. When I was using Google for my search, I used to type in the same question. It used to give me 10 different websites. I used to go through all those different websites and then I used to formulate my thinking, look at what is relevant for me, and then create my output. So in this particular process, I used to read those 10 different articles, get new insights, get new learnings, new perspectives, and that used to make me a little bit more intelligent and a little bit more insightful than what I was earlier. With ChatGPT, what I realized is that it is giving me something which is ready-made, which I can directly use. Probably it is right, probably it is not. In terms of uh, the information or the technique, it is saving me time, but then it is limiting my thinking. And that is where I see the biggest challenge, that this can probably lead to some sort of a skill atrophy, where we start losing this important ability of thinking, of over reliance on tools, over reliance on technology. The critical thinking or intuitiveness, which is the part of human nature, that should not die out. And there's a huge debate already going in the industry that with GitHub Copilot coming in, does that mean that the developers will have no need to code? They can just type in the question, type in the prompt, and Copilot will generate the code, and then they can just look at it and accept it. The developers will they start losing that ability? Well, only time will tell. As of today, I feel that GitHub Copilot or ChatGPT are the extensions for humans, for human beings. They are not replacement for human beings. The next thing is upskilling needs. Now, what is upskilling need? We need to ensure that when we are looking at adopting new technologies and tools, We need to be constantly upskilling ourselves. It's not easy how corporations or corporates are providing these continuous learning platforms. In Tietoevry, we have a very structured program which we are refining year over year so that we are able to provide those learning platforms, those communities of practices where the individuals can enroll, they can be part of it, and they can learn so that they can be ready for the future because the technological landscape is changing year over year. So the upskilling needs is also something which needs to be taken into consideration. It's a challenge because how do you upskill people? What is it that you should be upskilling them on? What kind of platform you need to give them? All of this needs to be taken into consideration. There are ethical considerations which need to be taken. There's AI bias, there are data privacy concerns. All of this, as per the company values, you have to align this. So just by saying that I have adopted this particular tool, I have adopted this particular technology, my productivity is going to increase. It's not as easy as it looks. There are multiple things that you also have to consider. And that is what I wanted to highlight in this particular slide. Okay. Now, the last slide of my keynote. In conclusion, what is it? In summary, technology can supercharge productivity. It can supercharge efficiency. But its true potential, according to me, is unlocked only when it is paired with a growth mindset. Embracing technology as a tool for learning and improvement allows us to work smarter, not just harder. So, as we move forward, let's focus on developing both technological skills and the mindset needed to make the most of these skills. Once again, my name is Ashutosh Bhatnagar, and I thank you for giving me your precious time and listening to me. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Ashutosh. I think our audience and as well as me, we are not ready to accept that it got over. There is a lot of comments that you've received on the chat. Everybody is claiming with you that, the growth mindset is the best one to have. And thank you for bringing up the mindset. I think it answered a lot of questions that we were trying to, discuss even yesterday. Even when we were having the panel discussion about is it only testers or STET or what is the kind of hiring that we should be doing and all of that. So there are many, many comments actually, but I'll just rest to know if anybody has any questions in particular. I see a lot of comments and, kudos, but anybody who has question. Yes, I think Aditya sir has a question.
Yeah, thank you, Ashutosh. This was one of the most brilliant keynote and a very relevant discussion you brought into the table. You also mentioned about the challenges the current workforce has, and you also mentioned about how you're upskilling them. Now, in typical cases, let's say that freshers, you mentioned that when you did a hackathon in I Square IT, you know that these guys are learning new things.
Yeah.
As somebody grows up the ladder, and somebody like me who probably is in the industry, and there may be many like me who probably don't get time. Okay, and how do we evolve ourselves? How do we keep pace with this fast changing world? It's a specific question to me. My dilemma here, Ashutosh, and I really want to basically pick up things. So, can you help people like me as well in this scenario?
Yep. And Aditya, probably I'm also in the same boat. So
I don't think so.
because when I came back from COEP, I started thinking when I interacted with those brilliant students, they were aware of so many models. They were aware of how to use one model with another model and give the output to the third or the fourth model. That it was mind-boggling that how can you understand so many different models? How can you utilize those models? And that is where I realized that it's not necessary for me to compete with them. It's necessary for me to understand that particular technology, to understand the overlying aspects. I might, because I'm not looking to code to that particular level where these engineers are going to be. But I need to understand what they are saying. I need to understand what kind of work they are looking at. When they are talking to me about something, I should be able to relate to it, which means that I should be able to understand that particular technology, not to the level of uh, coding it, but at least to a level of, if I have to give a very bad example, uh, you have on the backside of the book, any hardcover, you have what this particular book is all about. So at least having that understanding of a particular tool or a technology is something which is essential for all of us. I'm not saying that we only need to have superficial understanding,
Yeah.
but uh, having that understanding, and then slowly and steadily just keeping yourself up to date with some articles which are coming up on the internet. Because you're absolutely right, Aditya. There's so much going on in the technology world that if I want to keep myself updated with everything, it's next to impossible.
Very
So
true.
I also have to pick up my battles that, okay, probably I do remember around 5 years back, I was very much interested in virtual reality, extended reality. And then suddenly blockchain comes in. Then suddenly uh, AI comes in. And it has been almost 5 years that I have not gone back to virtual reality or extended reality. Not that it's not relevant, it is still something which is emerging. And you club it with AI, the results are exceptional. But then you have to pick and choose where exactly you want to focus.
Yeah, yeah. And there's one more thing that I realized that when I hear these keynote sessions and when I basically participate in such conferences, it actually gives us and especially me an opportunity to pick up few things like what the example that you gave, the backside of the cover. If probably we get accustomed to few topics and learn more around them, then we can actually converse and we can know which angle the technology is moving. And so your session actually helped me learn lot more things, Ashutosh. A brilliant one. Thank you so much on that.
Thank you, Aditya. Thank you for the appreciation.
And if is there nobody else asking question, can I ask one more, Deepthi? I don't know. I'm not seeing the chat either. So
Can I ask,
No,
Eddie,
yes,
can I
yes.
ask directly? Like, means I
yes,
didn't type
yes,
it.
Yes,
yes.
please.
Okay. So thank you very much, Ashutosh. Like, it's a really wonderful session, understanding the mindset concept like we are facing day to day. So I'm presently, like, I'm in the non-tech, basically consulting industry, and we have lots of use cases of of AI adoptions and all. What biggest mindset challenge which I am facing nowadays is like, these are skilled people. You covered it in your session, but anyway, like, these are skilled people, right? So they have to consume this uh, and this AI related solution. And that's where, even if they are young lot or Gen Z or maybe Gen Z plus plus, whatever it is, there's an apprehension that uh, if I consume this technology or this technology is suggested and or AI tool is suggested, if I consume this, we are going to lose the job basically, or we are nowhere there. Though we tried a lot through our what do you say, town hall talks and other things and all that, no one is going to lose anything. It's
Yeah.
just going to increase the productivity, but somehow still that win over the thought like mindset is not yet achieved. So any further suggestion?
Uh,
I
to
hope I am clear with my question.
Yeah, I understand. It's a basic apprehension which was there and which is still there, honestly. In Tietoevry, we started this journey of GitHub Copilot and Gen AI almost like 1.5 years back. And at that point of time, there was a lot of brainstorming which we did as to how do we understand, how can we make everyone adopt it, and how can we understand whether it is getting adopted in the right way by the right people. Uh, so it's not a very simple, straightforward method. There is, as I mentioned, Rahul Kavadkar and Rohit, they also would be covering some part of that particular aspect. However, there was almost like a month of brainstorming on the leadership level that was done of how do you want to roll out something which is as disruptive as generative AI to an organization which has been used to working in a particular way. So it's not a knee-jerk reaction that you need to give that, okay, everyone is doing it, so let's do it. You have to brainstorm, create a mind map of what are the pluses, what are the minuses, what is it that the human angle is going to be, and then you need to take it forward. So to be very honest, adoption of new technology or new tools, that's a separate topic in itself. And I would be more than happy probably to have a word with you offline where I can help you understand some of the challenges and some of the strategies that we looked at where as to increase the adoption of generative AI tools and Copilot in general. But a very relevant uh, issue, I have
Yeah.
to say.
Yeah. Thank you very much. I will get connected with you offline sometime.
Absolutely,
I will
absolutely.
discuss over it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I think we have one question
I have
here. So,
one question.
yeah,
Can I go ahead?
yes, please go ahead.
Hi, Ashutosh, Tanishri here.
Yes.
So my question is like, this is from the organization as well as from an individual perspective.
Yeah.
Like, with the ever changing or this changes that are happening are very fast to adopt. So how do you balance, or what is the point when you say that, okay, now I have to move on from this learning to some another one, or like how do you take the learning? Because, when you are hopping from one thing to another, it's a disruption kind of thing.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So how do I balance between this? How do I take my learnings from one to other? Like, as you mentioned, like you were into VR, then you moved to blockchain or something.
Yeah.
What was the point to change kind of?
And I understand because it's not possible for all of us that everything which is happening in the technological landscape, we cannot be aware about everything.
Correct.
Even today, I am hearing about technologies or languages which I have not heard, and they have existed for the last 10 years.
Mm.
So, when I was very much fascinated by augmented reality, extended reality, these kind of things, I did some POCs also. However, I also realized later on that currently my business focus is not this. I might be individually interested in it. And if yes, I can probably pursue that in my free time. But when it comes to my business goals, my professional growth, probably VR or extended reality or augmented reality is not something which my industry is going to move forward it, or my company is going to move forward it. So if I have to align my personal aspirations with my professional or my business aspirations, then I need to pick and choose the technology where what I am doing and what my business is going to be doing can align. So that is a give and take that needs to be done. So that is what made me choose that, okay, let's put VR and AR on the back burner and let's focus on this particular aspect, which is catching up and the company is also adopting it.
Okay, on the same lines, Ashutosh, we have another question. What are some of the approaches to reskilling a large workforce while the routine deliverables continue?
Absolutely.
How have
Uh,
you approached this
yeah.
within your work?
And again, it's one of the outcomes because it's a continuous learning process. It's not like that, okay, this is a Udemy course. Please take this Udemy course, and from tomorrow, all of you are experts in Gen AI or ChatGPT or co-pilot. That's not how you upskill or inculcate that learning culture into an organization. So we had planned communities, year-long communities, and these are absolutely year-long communities. We planned technical panel discussions. We planned workshops, hands-on workshops. And by planned, don't take it in a past sense, they are still continuing. And this work has been continuing for the last 1.5 years. And it is not stopping today. It's going to continue. So you have to develop communities, you have to develop networks. Especially now when we are in this hybrid kind of way of working, there was a lot of learning which used to happen when I used to meet my colleagues over a cup of chai, right? There was this give and take of information, which is not happening now in this hybrid world. How do you create that network? How do you give that platform to individuals where they can interact in this particular fashion? So you need communities, you need workshops, you need technical panel discussions, you need a lot of things across the board. Yes, deliveries are there. And if you are waiting for that lean period to come in between the deliveries where you will start learning things or imparting knowledge, that's never going to happen. So it is it's in companies' benefit and it is in individuals' benefit that they need to take out time of how you want to upskill your individuals. Otherwise, as a company or as an individual, you're going to be left behind.
Yeah.
There is no choice, honestly, Deepi.
You're right. Yeah. So, one more question. What unconventional or overlooked soft skills do you believe will be critical in thriving alongside rapidly advancing technology?
Okay. If I understand that correctly, what kind of skills are going to be not needed going forward? Is that the question?
No, I think it is which are the overlooked soft skills.
So overlook soft skills. Yes. A lot of time it is said that your emotional quotient. There's a lot of talk about emotional quotient, right? There's a lot of talk about intelligence quotient. So it is said that people who are emotional will not be able to move up the ladder. They might not be able to take hard decisions. Emotional quotient, intelligence quotient, all of these things need to be developed. People usually look at that, okay, I need to be a hard task master. Okay, I need to get this done irrespective. Okay, how you get the things done? How do you, like I said in one of my slides, balancing the humans with the machines. So as of today, if you're not just able to manage or balance the humans, tomorrow balancing it with machines is going to be even tougher for you. So look at your software aspects on the emotional side, on the intelligence side, which is going to be essential in the coming years.
Okay. Thank you so much, Ashutosh. I think we have a couple of more questions, but if I can kind of request
Sure.
you to answer it on the chat. They are
Absolutely.
all the interconnected questions, though, so that we can move ahead with
Absolutely. It would be my pleasure. I will try and answer to the best of my knowledge. But thank you once again, Deepti. Thank you, Aditya, for having me as part of ATGTR 2024. And Tietoevry is proud to be associated with GTR.
Thank you so much, Ashutosh, and thank you so much, Tietoevry, for being our exclusive partner. We really appreciate this partnership, and your session was really amazing. It just was basically true to the theme, and you basically covered it very nicely. My kudos and big thank you to you for presenting this out to the audience. Big thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you again, Ashutosh. I think you were very candid in letting us know what were the things that you have implemented and what all you do see as a change. Thank you so much for being very patient and answering all our questions. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, Deepti. Have a nice.
Thank you so much.